The story opens at a wild house party where 4 friends are having the time of their lives. Among them is a girl named Gemma. They'd all promised to stick together forever and never let life pull them apart. The laughter, music, and chaos filled the night, until another friend showed up, pulling out a stash of drugs that sent the energy through the roof. In the middle of the madness, a guy named Felix noticed a photograph lying on the table. For a long time, Felix had secretly loved Gemma, but he never had the guts to tell her. One of his buddies, teasing him, said he should just go for it and tell Gemma how he felt. But Felix, nervous and afraid of rejection, shook his head and refused. A little later, that same friend handed Felix some drugs. Under the influence, his courage kicked in. He stumbled up to Gemma and said shyly, "I like you." Gemma smiled softly and said, "I don't think of you that way. You're a good guy, and you'll find someone who really deserves you." Her words shattered him. Felix's heart broke, and he quietly walked away, humiliated and crushed. Later that night, the group decided to play Truth or Dare, the classic party game where you either answer honestly or complete a challenge. When one of Gemma's friends spun the bottle, it stopped on Felix. His dare. If you could spend an entire day with one girl here, who would it be? He was given a slip of paper and told to place it on the girl of his choice. Without thinking twice, Felix put it on Gemma. That moment changed everything. Gemma's boyfriend's face turned red with rage. He lunged at Felix and punched him straight in the face. Everyone froze. Felix, humiliated and bleeding, stormed out of the house. Years later, Gemma and a few of her old friends were heading to another party, one that turned out to be Felix's birthday celebration. He had sent invitations to everyone. Excited and nostalgic, they showed up, happy to see each other after so long. But something felt off. The place was eerily quiet. No music, no people, nothing. They called out for Felix, but no one answered. Just then, an old man drove up in a pickup truck and said, "Felix is waiting for you all at his old house just down the road. I can drop you off if you'd like." One of Gemma's friends politely declined. "That's okay, we'll walk." They eventually reached Felix's old house, where Felix's brother greeted them and invited everyone inside. But the moment they stepped in, their smiles vanished. The place looked nothing like a party venue. No balloons, no food, no decorations, just silence and dust. After a few minutes, Felix's brother walked in and said, "Felix isn't here right now. He had to leave for some urgent work in the city. He really wanted to see you all but couldn't make it. Sorry for not letting you know earlier." He poured everyone drinks, trying to keep the mood light. But Gemma couldn't shake off the unease. There wasn't a single bus stop, cop station, or even a neighbor around. It felt like they were completely cut off. One of her friends asked, "So, what do you do?" Felix's brother replied coldly, "I'm in the army, home on leave." Everyone but Gemma and her best friend Lily eventually got drunk. Then one of the guys blurted, "Let's play with balloons." Felix's brother gave a dark grin and said, "I've got a better idea. How about we play Truth or Dare again?" He spun the bottle. It stopped at Lily. She picked Dare, and her challenge was simple: to hug Gemma. She did it without hesitation, laughing. Next, the bottle stopped on Gemma. She chose Truth. One of the guys teasingly asked, "Would you marry me?" Gemma chuckled and said, "No." Then the bottle landed on Felix's brother. He picked Truth, his tone suddenly heavy. "Felix didn't go out of town," he said quietly. "He killed himself." The room went still. "Don't joke about something like that," someone muttered. But he looked up and said firmly, "I'm not joking. He hanged himself in this very house. Suicide's a disgrace in our family, so we kept it a secret." Silence. Then one friend spoke up, trembling. "If that's true, then why invite us here?" Felix's brother's eyes turned cold. "Because I want to know the truth about that night. 2 years ago, when you all played this same game, something happened that pushed Felix to end his life." He pulled out a folded piece of paper and dropped it on the table. This letter was found in his pocket. It was filled with disgusting lies and insults about my brother. That's why he killed himself. The letter even said that Truth or Dare is a meaningless game. One of the friends panicked and said, "I don't understand what's going on. I'm leaving." Felix's brother stepped forward, blocking his way. "You're not going anywhere," he growled. Then he lunged at him, attacking viciously. Lily grabbed a bottle and hit Felix's brother with it, but he slapped her hard, sending her crashing to the floor. Furious, he pulled out a gun and roared, "No one leaves this house." He fired at one of the boys, hitting his leg. When the wounded boy tried to call the cops, Felix's brother shot his hand. Moments later, he tied everyone up except one of the guys and ordered, "We're playing truth or dare again." The bottle spun and landed on Gemma. She chose truth. Felix's brother shouted, "Tell me, who sent that letter?" Gemma, shaking, said, "I don't know." He slapped her across the face. "Tell me." Terrified, Gemma finally pointed to one of her friends. Her friend screamed, "That's a lie! I didn't write it!" The bottle spun again and landed on the wounded boy. He chose dare. Felix's brother dragged a small table to the center of the room and placed 2 jars on it, one filled with water, the other with acid. He forced Gemma to lie down and slipped a pipe into her mouth. Then he said to the trembling boy, "Now choose one." The boy's hands shook as he picked up one jar. He poured it down the pipe, and by pure luck, it was the one with water. Gemma gasped for air. She had just barely escaped death. Later on, Felix's brother spins the bottle, and it lands on Lily. Lily picks truth. Felix's brother smirks and tells her to choose a friend. She refuses. Then he says coldly, "If you don't pick anyone, then you'll have to face the challenge yourself." Hearing that, Lily panics and ends up choosing Gemma's friend. They make the guy lie down and stick a tube into his mouth. Felix's brother orders the injured boy to pick one of the jars in front of him. Unfortunately, he picks the wrong one, the jar filled with acid. The moment it touches him, he screams in agony and dies a horrific death. Felix's brother spins the bottle again. In the meantime, another one of Gemma's friends shows up at the house. Felix's brother walks toward him and says, "What took you so long?" The guy nervously replies, "No, maybe next time. I've got stuff to do." Without warning, Felix's brother grabs him, loads 3 bullets into a revolver, spins the cylinder, and hands it to one of Felix's friends. He says, "I don't know when it'll fire. Shoot me once, then shoot our new guest." The friend hesitates but pulls the trigger. The gun fires, killing Gemma's friend instantly. In the chaos, Gemma manages to free her hands and escape. She runs back to the house they came from, but it's completely empty. When she rushes upstairs, she finds Felix still alive, lying paralyzed on the bed. Only his eyes and fingers can move. Gemma glares at him and says, "You must be enjoying this, huh?" Turns out, Felix had been watching the entire game live on a screen. Panicking, Gemma turns back to Felix and starts questioning him. And that's when she realizes his condition wasn't from a suicide attempt. It was because of his brother. Just then, the old man walks in, points a gun at her, and orders, "Get on your knees." Gemma dives under the bed, grabs a blade, and holds it to Felix's throat. She yells, "Put the gun down or I'll slit his throat." The old man freezes, drops the gun, and walks away. Gemma quickly grabs the gun and gets ready to leave, but the old man suddenly comes back and attacks her. During the struggle, the gun goes off, killing him instantly. Meanwhile, Felix's brother returns to the house, calling out for Gemma. Somewhere else, Lily frees herself and asks Felix's friend for drugs. As he hands them over, Lily suddenly snaps and cuts off his finger in rage. He attacks her, but she's faster now. She shoves him hard. He stumbles, slips on a bottle, hits the floor, and dies instantly. Back at the house, Gemma aims the gun at Felix's brother and fires, but every shot misses. He survives, shoots Gemma, and drags Felix to an abandoned house where Lily and her friend are already being held. Without hesitation, Lily grabs a gun and shoots him. The bullet hits his shoulder and he drops to the ground in pain. Lily walks closer to finish the job, but he suddenly stabs her with a knife. Lily screams, yanking the blade out of her body. He grabs her by the throat, choking her. She's seconds away from dying when her friend stabs Felix's brother in the leg from behind. Seizing the moment, Lily throws a jar of acid straight at him. It splashes across his body. His skin burns horribly. Lily ties him up and tells her friend, "Get to the car." Barely conscious, her friend crawls away, struggling toward the car. And then, everything starts to come out. The truth they'd all been hiding. Lily finally confesses. "Years ago, when we were all at that party playing Truth or Dare, I was the one who sent that humiliating letter to your brother. That same night, I recorded an indecent video of him. He was drunk, and I thought it was funny. Just a stupid game. I never felt guilty about it. But things got worse later. Out of greed, I sent that video to Felix. He didn't even know what was going on. I blackmailed him. Told him if he didn't pay me, I'd post the video online and send it to his brother, too." Terrified and ashamed, Felix tried to end his life, Coming from a wealthy and respected family, he couldn't bear the idea of anyone, especially his brother, finding out. But his brother was furious, thinking Felix had ruined their family's name. Felix broke down crying. Lily played that same video once more and placed a bomb in his hand before walking away. She got in her car and never looked back. Moments later, Felix watched the video again, tears streaming down his face, and pulled the pin on the bomb. A deafening explosion followed, killing both Felix and his brother instantly. After that, Lily drove home in silence, and that's where the movie ends. Thank you.